If you could say something to President Trump and he was going to hear you right now, what would it be?
You are a worthless pile of
And you voted for him how many times?
3 times. That was my bad. Apparently, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, you are. You're an idiot. You're a moron, man. You are. But it's not because you voted for the Grand Wizard. It's that you were only moved off of a rapist once it negatively affected you. That you had to pay an extra 80 cents at the pump. See, that's what you don't want to grapple with. You accepted rape, immorality, lying, felonies, insurrection, white supremacy, asking for the execution of black men, questioning the birth of Barack Obama, calling women piggy, insulting John McCain, who honorably served this country, making fun of disabled people, called Colin Kaepernick a son of a bitch just because he took a knee. And you accepted all of it. But 80 cents more per gallon of gas, F him. That's my line. That is the reason that we're here. Because you didn't have any empathy for anybody. And what really makes it worse for a lot of this country, which is why I do this, is so many of you go around waving your gold crosses and putting God first. I'm pro-life. But the only life you care about is yourself because you're selfish pricks. So many of you preach, love thy neighbor as thyself is the greatest commandment. But you won't do anything for gun reform. You will do nothing for universal health care. You'll do nothing to help the 14 million kids that go to school hungry. You won't do anything about the environment. You won't do anything about affordable housing. You won't do a damn thing to help anybody. But you'll bitch and moan just because it's a libtard. What exactly did you not like about Harris? She wasn't a felon. She's not a rapist. She didn't insult our troops. She's not even on the Epstein files. She didn't have dinner with white supremacists. She's not a felon. She didn't cause an insurrection. She didn't sit down on her ass for 3 hours while officers were beaten on January 6th. But somehow, that was a bridge too far. And you want to know why, ma'am? I'm going to tell you why, and you're not going to like it, but I really don't give a damn. It's because she was a black woman. That's why we're here as a damn country. Was it her laugh? Did she sleep her way to the top? It's because she was a black woman. She wanted universal health care. She wanted to raise minimum wage. She wanted to tax the shit out of rich people. She wanted to help people with their college loans so they're not in debt for 20 years so they can afford a house. She wanted to help small businesses get started. Yeah, that sounds pretty radical, right? Wanting to help everybody else. And you ignored it. Because the white supremacists that you voted for convinced you that brown people coming from Mexico were the reason for your shitty life. The guy that takes a crap in a gold toilet, has his own airplane, has golf courses and hotels. Elon Musk that gave $300 million to Donald Trump. But somehow the brown people working in the fields, building our houses, doing the jobs that white people are too lazy to do, somehow they were the problem with this country, right? That's what he convinced you because he bought into your white supremacy. Look, and for white people, including Karen over here, that's been the problem with this country. Since 1619, white people have said, I don't give a shit, right? Oh, look, there's black people in trees. Doesn't affect me. Oh, they're tearing out the fetuses from black women. Doesn't affect me. Oh, they're being lynched and whipped. Doesn't affect me. Oh, look, there's Asians in internment camps. Doesn't affect me. Oh, look, they just stole Hawaii. Doesn't affect me. Oh, look, dead Native Americans, millions of them. Doesn't affect me. And that's the problem, Karen. That's what white people have done since the start of this damn country. And people like you buy into it, and you just ignore all of what's happened in this country. And then white people put up a bunch of symbols like flags and bald eagles. And they sing songs like God bless America. And you scream stupid phrases like freedom, freedom, freedom. My kids don't even have the freedom to go to school without the fear of being shot. 40,000 people die from gun violence, and you don't do a damn thing. But your breaking point was gas going up 80 cents a gallon. Now, if you can't see that you're the problem with this country, then I can't help you. And I'm not even a Democrat, because I think they suck too. Both parties are screwing us. But the difference is, I don't have my head up my ass like you do. I can actually see because I'm woke. And you know what being woke is, Karen? I'm going to break your brain here, but woke is seeing this country for what it is. That it is not the greatest country in the world. It wants to be the whitest country in the world. That's the difference between you and I. You're still drinking the Kool-Aid of American white exceptionalism. And it's only been great for people that look like you and me. And until we as white people grapple with that, this country will never be great for everybody. And if you think you're so great, why don't you go read about the 3/5 clause? Why was this country designed to only benefit white people? Why did it take black people over 200 years just to be treated semi-equally as white people? Why is it that Hattie McDonald, who was the first black woman to win an Academy Award, had to sit at a segregated table, had to get special permission to go into a whites-only hotel? Even when she died, she wasn't allowed to be buried in the same cemetery because it was for whites only. Even in death, white people were so goddamn racist, they wouldn't even let her fucking corpse be buried in the same grave as white people. But you don't want to talk about that because you don't want to face the ugly truth of what this country is. It is racist and it is white supremacist. And that's exactly why we have Donald Trump, because you wanted the inside of the White House to look like the outside of the White House. Now you have a choice, Karen. You can continue on the white side of history, or you can be on the right side of history. But you're going to have to look in the mirror. Don't blame the mirror. Blame the person looking back at you, because you choose to believe the lies. Have a white day, Karen.